I had a hematoma in my knee. So when I first got on board for deployment, I was working on overhead, and there was like gratings in the overhead, and I was working on the overhead, and one of them, the bolt broke, or it was like already like it was like rusted bad, and it broke, and I hit my knee really hard, and it was like swollen, like really swollen and like black for a while, right? Well, into the bruise went away, and all that, but it was still swollen. It stayed swollen for about 2 months. And then I went to medical, because I never go to medical. But I went to medical, I was like, hey, like, this has been swollen for like 2 months. Like, it hurts. Like, I feel it. And, like, it's annoying because it's swollen. Like, and it's worrying me because it's swollen. And they were like, yeah. Like, they did, like, an x-ray for some reason. Like, you're not going to see anything on it. But it was, like, a black mass. I mean, a white mass. That's all you could see. And he, in my medical record, he put, not unknown mass, but something like that, right? Like unspecified mass is what he said. Unspecified mass in my knee. And he was like, if it hurts in 2 weeks, come back. So I came back in 2 weeks. I was like, hey, like, it's still there. It hasn't gotten smaller. And he's like, it feels softer than before. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, it's not. Like, I know it's not. And then he was like, all right. And then he gave me, like, Motrin. And then was like, we'll come back in 2 weeks if it's worse. So I came back one more time. And he was like, Victoria, and I said I think it would be like a hematoma or something like that, which is, it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous. And he was like, yeah, it could be. He said, that's probably what it is. And he said, those go away after a while. He said, is the pain less? And I was like, no, like, it's still there. Like, it was the same level of pain always. Like, it wasn't horrible, but it was like having a bruise on your leg.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, and I think he told me to come back again. So I do like whatever. Like how many times did he tell me to come back before like either something is done about it or like because he was like worst case we'll have to get surgery on it. I didn't want to get surgery on it. I don't want to do that. But he was like that would take me off deployment. And like I wanted to stay for deployment. I wanted to finish it. You know?
The side piece.
And he was like, that's not the worst case scenario. But yeah, never even got close to that. Didn't even get close. And then I don't know, like. And like, so another one's like hearing loss. You can't get disability for hearing loss anymore. That's not allowed because there's no proof that you weren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. So like, obviously, you have hearing protection. If you don't wear hearing protection, then it's your fault. And the Navy now literally is just like, you have to wear hearing protection basically 24/7.
Yeah.
You have to wear hearing protection 24/7. That's their way of getting out of ever having hearing loss. Which I mean, you can't do that. Like if there's a casualty. And like a big casualty, there's a fire in a space, and the space is loud. I'm not even like, oh wait, let me put my hearing protection in. Like I'm gonna put the fire out, which means I'm in a loud space.
And they know that.
They know that, but if they say you have to wear hearing protection all the time, then they can get away with never giving disability for it. So I know my hearing has gone down a lot, but it doesn't matter. Like, but I don't know. It's just like maybe they're pretty good now about disability, like not giving you disability if they don't have to. They're pretty good about it. But one thing they can't do is I have a scar and it hurts. And I was hoping I could get disability because...
Does it really hurt?
No. No, I want disability.
I didn't know though if it really did hurt though.
No.
Gosh, Bobby.
But I was told you could get disability if you have an organ removed. And I did. But then I was told you could only get disability if you have a double organ removed. So like a lung. Or something like that. If you have that removed, then you can get disability for it. That's 100%. If you have any double organ removed, you get 100% disability.
You don't want your lung removed, though. A kidney.
Kidney, that's what I meant. Not your lung. That would suck.
Yeah, that would suck.
But, so it doesn't count. But I have a scar, and I can say it hurts.
Yeah.
And they fucked up on the surgery. That's all I can say. But other than that, man, it's not even much I can get it for.
Yeah.
Some people try to get it for disability because we had a really, really big fire. Like a really big fire.
Hey, but if you keep eating hot sauce the way you do, you could get acid
reflux. Yeah. And then I ate a lot of hot sauce and it was cool.
Yeah.
And also,
or like an ulcer or something, maybe.
And they don't give anything for like mental health either. Like, they kick you out of the military for mental health. I had so many friends who kicked out for mental health.
And that's just not fair. That's not...
Yeah, they just kick you out. There's no like anything. They just kick you out.
Yeah.
You're out. And if you're within less than 3 years in the military, you lose all benefits. So GI Bill, anything like that, to kick you out. Which, I mean, it does make sense to an extent because it wouldn't be fair to people, you know, who tough it out for 5-6 years. Right? I'll be in for 6 years when I get out. Like,
but I think that there should be certain...
They don't...
Like...
the rule
You
kind of.
don't want someone that's seeing other people in the military. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, you don't want them in, so you kick them out, and then like you don't.
But you also don't want them in society without help.
They give you help to an extent. So like, say like you want to kill yourself, and that's like what you're saying. I want to kill myself, right? And then I go to medical and say I want to kill myself. They're gonna watch me. I'm on suicide watch, which I've had to stand suicide watch. It sucks. I wasn't on it. I had to stand it.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I know.
But you're being watched 24/7, and then you're gonna do that until you're not suicidal anymore. Like they're gonna
Not at some point I might be confused if I am or not. Like.
You're like, am I?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is pretty. Yeah, but so they're not just gonna be like, okay, you're getting kicked out because you want to kill yourself, and you're gonna stay out. Like we're just gonna put you in the street now.
Yeah.
There's also like a process like getting kicked out of the military.
But no, I don't even mean like wanting to kill yourself. I mean like
that's the main thing.
If someone goes in, because I think that's different. I think that.
But people
maybe
lie.
That's depression, and there are not easy ways to right. You're right, but
people ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah. Yes, and that's unfortunate because to me, I think that like I guess I'm talking about like a mental illness. Like I go in and I'm in this scenario like. I don't know what scenarios y'all have, but like say that y'all are playing war, like there's, you know what I'm saying, like there's something, and all of a sudden I see 4 guys over here telling me to kill my own people that don't really exist.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of mental illness I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay, I've never obviously experienced anything like that, like I've never been around anybody, but I'm assuming if that happened, you're not getting out of the military until they help you. Or they'll kick you out and they'll help you. Like I've never...
But I think that would be an ongoing thing. Like I would think that you need disability to continue your treatments.
Yeah, but then again, like at what point is the military just a job, and at what point is the military like a career? So like that's the same thing. So like say for example, like the military has like they cut their ties at some point. It's still a job. It's still a business.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, yeah. I mean, it has good like good retirement, and they.
But the only thing is, if I had schizophrenia and I worked at somewhere else, I could keep my job. You know what I'm saying? Like I could keep it.
Yeah,
but in the military you cannot.
Yeah, that's the different. But that's the thing too. That's why the military has gotten better since, like, you know,
olden
Vietnam,
times.
when they literally would just like drop people off with PTSD and you're done.
Yeah.
Like now, that's what they're fighting against. But yeah, you have people that ruin it. Like I've known people when I was on deployment that said they wanted to kill themselves just so they would go home. They would leave the boat.
Yeah.
It's like they ruin it, and everyone hates them. Like I hate everyone. Everyone that did that, I hate them.
Yeah.
Currently, I would never talk to them because they ruined it for everyone else.
Right.
Because
they really feel that way.
Yeah. Then you have people that truly are messed up because of what's happening, and there were a few of them too that could not do this anymore. They just couldn't.
Yeah.
Right. And they won't get help.
Yeah.
For the reason that there's too many of them.
There's too many.
I mean, if I knew right now that if I said I want to kill myself, I'll get out of the military with 100% disability, then I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
And then now on my medical record, you know, no company, you know, Walmart's not going to check my medical record. Right. So I'm getting 100% disability from the military, working at Walmart, and I'm making good money.
Yeah.
And I can move wherever in the country I want. I could live in West Virginia where I can buy a house for $60,000.
Yeah.
And now I just moved the cheapest part of the world, or the part of the country, making $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, also working at Walmart. So now I'm making a good paycheck, you know, with disability. They ruin it for things like that.
Yeah.
People ruin it. And the military does, they cut their ties at some point too. Say we had this girl come on the boat, and she stayed for a while, and she was new to the Navy. She came in another country, and she was messed up. Like, couldn't do it, right? And the Navy didn't kick her out, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. The Navy didn't
Where
kick her.
do you take somebody on a boat? Like, there's a place to take them while you're on the boat too?
They go to another country. So like, say we're going to Greece, they would probably fly. Well, say we're going to like Dukem or something. They'd probably fly into Spain, and they would stay in Spain
until on base somewhere.
Yeah, until they would stay on base in Spain until we were about to pull in the Dukem, and then we would fly them out, and then they would meet us there.
I gotcha.
That's how we get new people.
Yeah.
Or like Greece.
No, I'm saying like if somebody freaked out on the boat.
Yeah, we have a big medical ward.
Okay.
Big medical wards. They have like their own rooms. They have like rooms that they would go to.
Yeah, like an ER kind of.
Yeah, we have an ER. We have like a whole ICU. Like it's big. We have a medical boat. It's like one of the biggest humanitarian boats. Like we're known for that. Every time there's ever been a huge storm or anything like that, we always go.
Yeah.
Because that's like what we do. That's like one of the biggest things we do. But yeah, she got kicked out of the Navy because she couldn't. She was like messed up in the head. But it won't ruin her career. Like it won't ruin her life, right? Because if you get kicked out of the military for wanting to kill yourself, then it's gonna be hard getting jobs. You're never getting another government job ever. Government, any big business that can read a code, because like you're gonna have a code on your record.
Yeah.
You got kicked out of the military, like why? And it's gonna be like numbers. I mean numbers and letters, like a long code. And most businesses won't even look at it. They don't know. Yeah. But bigger businesses, right, will look at that and say, okay, they got out of the military for, mental health reasons. They won't even say when to kill yourself. They won't say anything. They'll just say mental health.
Yeah. So
okay, their mental health is bad enough they got kicked out of the military.
Yeah.
Where she got lucky because she was only on board for like a month, and she got the same thing happened to her, and she got kicked out, but hers was failure to adapt. So if you get kicked out in a short enough time period, it's just failure to adapt. Like you just couldn't adapt to the Navy. Yeah. And they understand, so they're just gonna let you go. Yeah. Like you don't have any record.
I think that would look bad on a resume too.
No, it's just saying that you couldn't. Not really, because it's such a short time.
Yeah.
And it's not. You can get. If you get kicked out of the military for wanting to kill yourself, you don't get an honorable discharge. You get an administration discharge. Yeah. So and it's the same thing where if you get a medical discharge. So if you get kicked out for wanting to kill yourself, it's a medical discharge.
But did she get discharged dishonorably or not?
It was administration. So administration separation isn't it doesn't look bad or good. It's just a separation. It's almost like it never happened. Like they were just kicking you out of the Navy.
Yeah.
Where a medical separation obviously is a medical reason.
Yeah.
And like for Noah, it's not bad because his says you have diabetes, and like that's what his code would be, like something like that, right?
Yeah. Where
like killing yourself is mental health, and that would be bad. Like they don't want that. So for hers, it's just administration separation, and that's kind of the end of it for that. There's not really much that goes into there. She just couldn't adapt. She couldn't do it. But it would be better. The best way to get kicked out of the military would be to smoke weed. That's the best way. Do a drug and get kicked out, and that's the smartest thing to do. Because you get kicked out for drug use.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Because then you could just be like, move to a state where it's legal.
Yeah.
Or like, no one cares.
Yeah.
And then if some company, you're not gonna get a government job, but a company's gonna be like, what happened? Like that's not weed. Get the military. Like they, or something like that, and no one cares.
Yeah.
And it happens faster.
Do y'all get drug tested fairly regularly?
Drug tested in the middle of the ocean.
Really? In
the middle of the ocean. I got drug tested like 6 times on deployment.
That's funny.
It's like on deployment.
That's funny.
It's stupid. I don't know why, but it was dumb. But yeah, we get drug tested a lot. But I don't know. It's not worth getting kicked out, man. I make good money. Yeah. I make pretty good money. I don't spend much. I don't have to spend much on anything. So it's worth staying in. If I didn't have Waylon, I could stay in.
Yeah.
I could stay in 20 years.
Oh, rude.
Me and you are gonna be together forever. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm gonna be with you the rest of my life, then like a good retirement and then me and you enjoying when we're older together would be worth that retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like just being gone sometimes while we're young. But like not being there for like a kid that needs you is different.
And that doesn't understand why you're not.
Yeah, they don't get it.
Yeah.
And wasn't a part of the decision.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And because of that, I won't stay in. But I would never knock it. Like if somebody want to join, I'm like, join.
Yeah. And that's what's good about Kevin and Amber having a baby so late is that he's almost ready for retirement.
Yeah, he's close.
So he'll be about. I think that she might be in school a year when he gets to retire.
He never really deployed that much.
Let me join your
Did he?
The only time that Amber couldn't go with him, he did go to Afghanistan one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to South Korea, but it was right there by the North Korean border.
Yeah.
And he was gone for several months each time.
Yeah.
But not as long as you. He wasn't gone that long.
Yeah,
I want to say maybe like 4 months.
Yeah, with a career. But it's my job specifically. My job is I'm an electrician's mate.
Yeah.
And the mate is like, I'm an electrician on a boat. That's my job.
Yeah.
So my sea to shore rotation is 5 years at sea, 3 years at shore. So it means out of my whole career, I'm going to spend like 15 years at sea, which means there's 15 years I'm deployable, And even if you're at home, and you can ask Victoria this, even when I was at home for a lot of it, I wasn't really home.
Yeah.
Like I was working like literally like 17, 18 hours a day.
I don't own it.
And coming in on every single weekend. Like that was almost as tough as deployment.
No, you have to type in that code.
But not really.
Yeah.
And that was tough. So like
The
for
Boy
that
Base
reason alone, it's
sucks.
worth it.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I used to like it, but now it's not
Why
one.
don't you just
I literally just do it for
Would you
challenges
not
and
switch
stuff.
branches?
That's too hard.
And you get
It's
like
too hard to
season
do,
points or whatever they're
and
called,
it
the
doesn't
green
work.
stuff.
It's not easy. So like if
Kevin's a recruiter, he can do it.
no,
He's a
you can't really
reporter.
do it because my job
He's a computer.
is like it depends on the manning of the job. So like I'm an EM3, that's my rate. Like 3 is like my rank. But I'm an EM3, right? So if I were to try to convert to another rate or especially another branch, that's even harder. I'm trying to convert to something else. I would have to be overmanned in my rate, and the rate I would have to go to would have to be undermanned. So it'd be the same with another branch. The job that I'm trying to do in that branch would have to be undermanned, and they need those people, and my people.
All right, I'm ready.
And they do need EMs because
So, number
some
sign.
people get out.
Yeah.
And my
2.
rate, like
That's
everybody
capital
gets out.
letters.
Yeah.
Like no one wants to stay in.
2.
So
Why?
I mean, you get like a decent. I mean, I'm like a.
Okay.
R,
I'm gonna
R,
get my. I'm gonna
G.
be a journeyman electrician,
Yeah.
Q,
which is like helps me on the outside.
G,
You know, people love like railroads,
O, O.
Oh yeah.
like shipyards, obviously.
It's either
But I
O or
love
0,
military
0.
electricians, like
Yeah.
like EMs.
Yeah,
they
try
love
that.
us.
Yeah.
Because they kind of already run like the military a little bit. They're very like kind of strict.
No
Their
way.
hours are pretty similar.
Yeah.
They work pretty hard.
One of his
Yeah.
counts as always.
And it's like
Because I
rough
knew
work.
Basso rate is
So it's like similar to military.
Yeah.
And
You
most of
stole
them are
them from us.
prior
I see how you
military.
are.
So we need one more
Prior
member to
military.
be able to
Yeah.
teach people
So,
claim
I would
wars.
probably get out of the Navy and try to work. I would love to move somewhere in Georgia
You're about to have
and
him.
work on a railroad somewhere.
Yeah.
Can I
That's
put
why I
my
want to be a railroad electrician.
Yeah.
People do that kind of stuff.
For the code.
In Gainesville, I think.
Mhm.
Like a
What's the
railroad
name?
yard.
Yeah.
Number sign.
Yeah. Yeah,
2,
but that's what a lot of people
Y,
do. They do that kind of stuff.
R,
So
R,
I would
G,
do that. get
Gainesville,
out.
Georgia, not Florida.
G,
Yeah, yeah.
O,
People do that kind of stuff, and that's why
And then
the
of course here.
O, O,
yeah, it is definitely.
G.
That's why the advancement. That's why the
Oh.
advancement. Like that's why I can rank up kind of fast if I wanted to. Like if I actually cared to try, because
make another.
like people get out so much,
Yeah.
so the
What?
necessity is there.
What is it?
So
What
going to
is
another
need
branch
to make
or another
another
job is
person
really
leader.
hard for me.
Before you leave your clan.
You're,
But
Oh, yeah,
everybody
zombie.
has left the clan.
So yeah, it's
So
not.
just
worth it.
delete. Can you delete the clan?
Yeah, but I knew a woman on our boat. She's a senior chief. She's about to retire soon. This is her first
Wow.
boat. You
Okay.
gotta go.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was
2,
like, yeah, of course it's worth it.
Y,
Yeah.
That's worth it
R,
for you.
Yeah.
You had a job,
R,
like just a job
G,
for 20 years and
Q,
you're retiring.
Yeah.
G,
You know, from the military.
O,
Like her ribbon
Wait,
rack
Oh.
is as big as mine.
RRG?
Like
Yeah.
her ribbon rack.
R, R, G, Q.
I got as much as she had.